Constructing your life is about much more than just building a bank account. Each week, join real estate entrepreneur and mindset coach Austin Linney as he interviews guests who are constructing their dream lives and impacting the world around them on a daily basis. If you're an entrepreneur or wanting to start a business, or you just want to hear motivating stories of how others have overcome the odds, you are in the right place. And now for your host, Austin Linney.
Guys, welcome back to Construct Your Life Friday Rants. Guys, what we're going to do today, because this is one of my favorite parts of the episodes, being able to share with you my thoughts. What we wanted to do after many, many episodes of rants and podcast interviews, we wanted to share with you some of our greatest rants, some of the ones that got the most buzz, the ones that you like the most. So we wanted to bring them back to you and kind of rekindle that fire that those rants brought to you. And so that's what we're doing with these episodes. So thank y'all so much for listening, and listen to this amazing rant.
Constructing your life is about much more than just building a bank account. Each week, join real estate entrepreneur and mindset coach Austin Linney as he interviews guests who are constructing their dream lives and impacting the world around them on a daily basis. If you're an entrepreneur or wanting to start a business, or you just want to hear motivating stories of how others have overcome the odds, you are in the right place. And now for your host, Austin Linney.
Hello, guys. This is Austin Linney here with your Wednesday rant. I want to thank y'all so much for joining me today. What I'm going to talk about today is limiting beliefs. Everybody has them. I have them on a daily basis. I have them with the podcast, with investing, with everything I do. And what I want to make a point here is that this is nothing new to anybody. And anybody, a guy that has 7,000 units, he has them every day. And the way that you deal with them is that you acknowledge them. You do not give them merit. You do not attach your actions to them. You merely say that is the negative part of me that is trying to come in and mess up what I have going for me. And this is what's done in your morning ritual, working out, what you're telling yourself, what you're putting in your body. These are things that play into these limiting beliefs. And what tends to happen, especially what happened with me back in the day, is one bad thing happens, and then you let that one bad thing compound so many bad things over. Like, this is how it's supposed to be. This is what I get. This is what I deserve. I'm never going to get what I need. And maybe instead of doing all those things, we can look at it as the universe is trying to teach us a lesson. And my buddy Brad Johnson made a great point. He says, if you continue to not adhere to the lessons the universe is telling you, the lessons will get louder, harder, and hurt more. And I am officially the poster child for this. I'm as stubborn as it comes, and I have been taught multiple lessons over and over again. And when I tend to lose money, I tend to learn those lessons only one time. And what I'm trying to get across to you is that everybody has limiting beliefs. You are not alone. I listen to my clients every day. So part of my job as a coach is to debunk the limiting beliefs they have and reframe the way they look at themselves and look at the situation they are in currently. Did you ever think that maybe your limiting beliefs are there to prove a point to you, to see how bad you want it? That's a real thing, guys. This entrepreneurship, this investing, the stuff that we do is not easy. And so it's constantly gut checking you. How bad do you want it? Are you sure you want to get up at 4:30 in the morning? You know what? You can have that fried food. You can have that fast food. It's not going to matter. But then the next day you feel lethargic. And then you let that one bad day that you had compound into a bad week. We don't have bad days, we have bad hours, we have bad minutes. But we have a tendency to blanket statement the whole day. Oh, it was a shitty day. Well, yeah, but what about that hour that you played with your kids? Or you saw your son hit a home run? Maybe if you change the way you look at it, maybe you can find joy in that moment or in that day. And maybe that couple hours was not great. It's not going to get easier. It's only going to get harder. So if we let our limiting beliefs run our life, that is just another negative or another force against you, pushing against you, that you're giving it merit, and you're attaching some bullshit fucking thing that happened to you when you were 6 years old or 8 years old or whatever, and the story that you created for yourself that created the limiting belief that is allowing it to push against you. It's just asking you, how bad do you fucking want it? Because I mean, what's the alternative? To give up? That sounds like a fucking BS excuse. What are you gonna do? Give up? Become a Abercrombie perfume sales guy? I mean, come on, guys. Any situation that you are in as an entrepreneur or investor, you put yourself there. This is the path that you have chosen. So when you turn around and you bitch about it and you complain, guess what? Crickets. There's nobody there to fucking listen because you made the choices to put yourself in this position. My alcoholism, my drug addiction, you can whine and you can complain all you want, but I made the choices to do that every fucking day. Not my dad, not my mom, not my ex-wife. So when you fail, you put yourself there. So let's stop attaching BS complaints about it, because nobody cares. Work harder. If you over leverage yourself, you got yourself there. If you bought a property wrong, you got yourself there. Extreme ownership. Take ownership of the reason that you are there. And if somebody truly fucked you over, I am sorry. That's happened to me many a times. But then I had to step back and change the perspective on it. It's the same thing with the limiting beliefs. The perspective that you add to it is what the power it has against you. Instead of, you can tell those limiting beliefs to shove it, because you do not control me anymore. You do not own me anymore. Because all that is a gut check. It is your mind playing tricks on you to ask you how bad you want it. And I want it bad. And I don't even want it for myself. I want it for others. And I want it for my clients, and I want it for my friends. And we have created these false narratives, these stories that we tell ourselves. My mom thinks this, my dad thinks that. Well, do they? Have they said that to you? Or is it something that you made up in your mind? I'm going to go with, it's probably something you made up in your mind. The only enemy in this battle every day is ourselves, is the mind. And when you can control your mind and you control the emotions and the optimism that you feel, then you can control the movement that you have every day. The price tag on every day needs to be earned. And it's a simple question when you look at yourself in the mirror, when you wake up in the morning: are you doing enough? Everything that you seek, everything that you want, every goal that you have, everything that you've written down, are you doing enough? I can't answer that question for you, but it's as simple as that. You need to make sure that you tell those limiting beliefs to take a back effing seat, because they don't own you anymore. The past life, the past failures were just that, the stepping stones to get to here. The past mistakes, the past relationships, the past failures, and investing and everything were just the stepping stones to framework your shit to be here. And we don't stop long enough to realize that it was a process that we had to go to get there. And I'm just as guilty of it as everybody else. But what I've learned to do is be surrounded by amazing people, meditate, and also remove myself from it. If it's 30 minutes to an hour, that's great. I used to let it spiral for weeks or months. So that is the rebuilding of the mind, the rebuilding of the psyche. Work out, move, dance, get outside. Separate it. Just walk away from it. But don't allow it to control you anymore, because it doesn't control you. It's just the universe asking you, how bad do you want it? And I hope you want it bad. So I hope y'all got something out from this. I appreciate y'all so much. Make sure you share this with your friends, rate us and review us, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you for listening to Construct Your Life with Austin Linney. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to rate, review, subscribe, and pay it forward by sharing with a friend. Most importantly, take this opportunity to start constructing your life by taking immediate action on what you learned. For show notes, resources, and more information on one-on-one coaching with Austin, visit constructyourlifepodcast.com. Thank you for listening to Construct Your Life with Austin Linney. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to rate, review, subscribe, and pay it forward by sharing with a friend. Most importantly, take this opportunity to start constructing your life by taking immediate action on what you learned. For show notes, resources, and more information on one-on-one coaching with Austin, visit constructyourlifepodcast.com.